In Lyndon Bang Johnson's words, education is the only passport from poverty. It was at this humble one-room schoolhouse known as the Junction School that Johnson's passion for education was first instilled in him.
You can open that door.
This passion would help shape legislation which focused on equal education for all children that you and I benefit from to this day. The Junction School, though humble in its appearance, had a profound impact on Johnson and his views on the importance of education, which in turn has made this one-room schoolhouse genuinely important for all of us as Americans. The Junction School was no different than any other one-room schoolhouse from that time. A wood stove was the only means of heating the school, and 2 hanging lanterns provided the students with light. Structurally, the Junction School, which educated local children from 1910 to 1947, was nothing special. But what happened inside these 4 walls has played a vital role in how America is educated today. LBJ's Junction School education began at the age of just 4 years old. Initially, Johnson's attraction to the Junction School had less to do with the 3 R's, as they were called: reading, writing, and arithmetic, and all to do with a 4-year-old yearning for companionship. You see, he could hear the sounds of children laughing from his house and couldn't resist the opportunity to play. Young LBJ's initial innocent desire for camaraderie soon blossomed into a passion for knowledge, which was typified by Johnson's insistence that he sit in his teacher Miss Katie's lap during the lessons. This passion instilled in LBJ right here at the Junction School led him to pursue an education at Southwest Texas Teachers College in San Marcos and become a teacher himself. It was while teaching at a predominantly Mexican-American school in Cotulla that Johnson realized just how important it was that all children, regardless of race or social status, be afforded the same type of educational opportunity that he was at the Junction School. This passion for equal opportunity in education was not lost in his political career. Johnson went on to pass more education bills than any other president, a total of 60. Most notably, the Elementary and Secondary Education Act in 1965. The Elementary and Secondary Act aimed to make education as accessible and beneficial as possible for all American children. The Act provided funds for things such as textbooks, research centers, breakfast for school children, and so on. The Act also looked to reduce class sizes and provide bilingual education, as well as funds for the education of handicapped children. For Johnson, there is no better place to sign this monumental bill than at this unassuming one-room schoolhouse before you. Addressing the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, LBJ had this to say: "No measure I have signed, or will ever sign, means more to the future of America." And he chose to sign this measure with Miss Katie at his side in front of this very place that sparked a passion that he carried for the rest of his life. Upon first glance, the Junction School may not seem like much, but when we take the time to think about what this place represents, childhood, innocence, education, we can really begin to appreciate the importance of this school, as well as any other environment where young minds are molded. Though physically this school was nothing out of the ordinary, its profound impact on Lyndon Baines Johnson has made the Junction School extraordinarily important to all of us who call this place home.